Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know what I'm going to title this reading today, but basically we're going to be looking at a quick message for you to start your day off on the right foot, or just to give you some motivation in the morning, or just some motivation for your day, however it goes for you. Whenever you watch this is a timeless reading. So I just wanted to get a quick message for you. And yeah, so I don't really know what to expect, and I really don't know what I'm going to title this, but we're just going to go with it. So for this reading, we have 3 piles, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. I'm going to add the crystals, and I'll be right back. And here I've added the crystals. For pile 1, we have a rose quartz crystal. For pile 2, we have a selenite heart, and for pile 3, we have black tourmaline. Pick whichever pile number, or crystal is calling you most, and that is going to be your reading. Timestamps will be listed down below. And before we get into the messages, I just saw 444. So for those of you watching this intro, I feel like there's a message, and I wanted to actually look at number 44 from this deck. So let's see what that is. But generally 444 has to deal with our foundation. So there's a huge foundational shift going on for you right now, and every day might look a little bit different, or your energy levels might be different, and that's okay. Just take it one day at a time is what I'm hearing. So we have pink sapphire, forgiveness, choosing to heal, acceptance, and letting go, soothing the heart. Have you heard that forgiveness is a gift you give yourself? Pink sapphire spirit's message to you is not to concern yourself with the law of karma right now. For while your loving heart wants to see justice served for the good of all, in this moment you are called to align yourself with the universal laws by choosing to heal yourself. It is time to start the process of forgiving those who did you harm, and that means deciding consciously that they will not determine your story of who you are and what you have experienced, for you are a powerful storyteller and co-creator, and you will tell a heroic tale of overcoming that which has caused you pain. Your willingness to engage in healing, to free yourself from your past and soothe your heart, is an awesome superpower. Pink sapphire spirit is here as a reminder that you can do the work. That walking through the forge of fire and letting go of the pain will remake you strong as steel going forward. This kind of reminds me of that show, Forged in Fire. I don't know if anybody's watched it. You will persist, and as you embrace the wisdom you have earned, find the power to say never again by making the choice to heal yourself and forgive yourself for not knowing better. Positive things are to come, and you can rest assured that the conscious universe is your ally in this process of healing, acceptance, and forgiving. So for those of you who stuck around for this, I feel like that message was for you. Yeah. Pink sapphire spirit teaches forgiveness and assists us in moving past old fears and into a space of being open to not only giving love but receiving it as well. Meditation with this stone helps open the heart and ease the emotions, especially those related to relationship wounds. So if you have been seeing 444 or 44 a lot, I feel like your message is what we just saw, and tapping into your heart space and healing your heart. So now let's get into these readings. Hello, pile 1. You've chosen the rose quartz crystal, and actually I want to keep it right here for you. And now let's take a look. Actually, I wanted to grab a affirmation card for you first. So let's see one affirmation for pile 1. Oops, thank you. We have resourcefulness. Everything you need is already within you. Don't doubt it, my love. You are more capable, more equipped, more looked after than you can ever imagine. What would you do today, right now, in this very moment, if you knew you could only succeed? There is no such thing as failure, dear one. You can only grow. You can only redirect. So forget about failure and ask yourself instead, how can you appreciate even more the resourceful being that you are? Oh God. We have move. It is stagnant, my dear, this energy you are carrying. It feels stuck within you, just sitting there, deep in your belly, resting upon your shoulders, etched across the lines of your face, like an old rusty gate that simply won't open. But notice, my love, how easily the gate begins to work again when it is oiled and painted anew, awoken from its dormant position. When it is simply moved again, you are no different, dear one. You too simply need to move. So with these two coming out as your affirmations, I feel like it's time for you to get moving. Maybe today would be a good day to practice a new exercise, or try a new exercise, or try something new that is going to invigorate you and like spark something new in you. And I also got a message before when I was shuffling your cards that even if things don't go right from the beginning, like even if things don't go the way you intended them to, or even if your day doesn't start off on the right foot, keep going and keep trying to switch that energy around. So like an advice that came through is, instead of seeing your day as one whole day, like breaking it up into chunks. So like even if your morning doesn't even if your morning doesn't go well, you still have afternoon, evening, and those can be different than your morning. Like your morning or whatever doesn't go well doesn't have to dictate the outcome of your day, was basically the message that came through. So now let's see what Spirit wants to give you. Spirit, can we get one card as a message for pile 1? What do they need to know? What motivation do they need for this day whenever they watch this? Thank you. Clearly the High Priestess wanted to come out because she just showed up again. So we have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. And we have the Empress with the High Priestess. So right off the bat, there's a lot of feminine energy here. I feel like you're entering a really fertile time right now. This could be physically, so if you don't want babies, use protection. But if it's not that, then this is in terms of your life. So creating a safe space for you to create and work on nurturing yourself, or any creative projects you have that you're working on, will help you protect this fertility and allow things to grow. And for many of you, I feel like you're becoming closer to your spirit and your psychic gifts because we have the High Priestess here. I feel like pile 1, the message that's coming through for you is to gain clarity on how you want your day to go by maybe journaling about it and taking some time in the morning to spend with yourself or spend in nurturing yourself, because that's going to be very helpful in gaining clarity and having a clear direction in your day and like things going more smoothly, or at least it'll give you the energy and the motivation you need to deal with challenges as they come up, or anything that comes up. Like having that clarity first thing in the morning by giving yourself some time to just be in your own presence and take care of yourself, fill your cup, whatever that looks like. Maybe that's like having your coffee alone, or like journaling, or maybe that is dealing with like exercise. Maybe some of you need to take a morning walk, or like do some stretches, or whatever, however that looks for you. I feel like nurturing yourself and pouring back into you in the morning, or maybe for some of you this could be pouring into yourself in the evening, because over here this looks like the sun is setting and the High Priestess is here in the dark, like in the night with the full moon. So this could also be that taking some time in the evening for some of you to set yourself up for success the next day. So like however this will apply for you, basically just taking that time to nurture yourself, whether that's 15 minutes, whatever it looks like, and fill your cup. It will really help you with clarity moving forward, because for many of you, I have this feeling that you're on the precipice of something new. Like there's something new, a new shift or something happening here for you, and it's kind of major. Like it's a major life change that's happening. that may not apply for all of you. For some of you, this could just be like you're looking for a new fresh energy, and that's why we have move here, because you may have gotten into this routine that no longer feels good, like you just kind of feel stuck and stagnant within. You might just be looking to call in a fresh new energy. For others of you, you are actually having a really significant shift happen in your life, and either way, you're being called to spend time nurturing yourself, whether that's in the evening or in the morning, just alone in your own space, in your own bubble, giving yourself whatever it is that you need in that moment to set yourself up for success throughout the day. And like, again, it's not about like success in the modern terms. I use that word loosely. I mean more so like giving yourself the opportunity so you feel good and you have the energy to deal with whatever comes in your day, and you have clarity, like your mind feels a little more clear. I'm also hearing to put your phone away. For some of you, like putting your phone away, not having your phone in the evenings or in the morning, at least for a little bit if you can, so that your mind has time to like settle in and just gain the clarity and focus it needs. And then obviously, you know, like using your phone, do whatever you need to do, but like just giving yourself that opportunity would be really helpful. I'm also hearing that there's something new again coming in for you, something new being added to your life. For some of you, this could be a pet. You may be getting a pet or something along those lines, and this new thing that's coming in is really going to help shift your perspective and bring a little more vitality into your life. With the Empress, this for some of you could be a child. Pile 1, you're definitely highly creative and highly intuitive. Like you are extremely gifted in your creative arena and in your intuition and your psychic abilities. Like you're incredibly gifted. And I feel like just keep doing what you're doing. That's I hear that coming through strongly. Like keep doing what you're doing. Keep tapping into your intuition. Keep nurturing yourself and pouring into yourself, because it's working. Whatever you're doing, it's working. It's bringing you the shift that you want and desire. Even if you have bad days, that's okay too, because like your main the message that came through before this, it's like you can still turn that around. Like you have this insane ability to turn things around. So even when things are not going that well, you have the ability to turn it around, and like resourcefulness says here, you have the ability to change that. You have the resources within you to change that and shift that energy. Like it's almost like you have this ability to change energies and alchemize energy. So keep doing that. Keep working on that. Like that's your main message here. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. You are changing things around in your life, even again if you don't see it. Yeah, just keep going, because you have an insane amount of gifts available to you, and I feel like you're starting to tap into that. So as long as you just keep making those strides forward, keep nurturing yourself and tapping into your psychic abilities, things are going to lay out for you and like work out exactly as you need them to. Let's take an animal card to see what other message wants to come through. What other message do you have, Spirit, for pile 1? Motivating message. We have fire ant. And on the back of the deck, we have dragonfly. It's fascinating that on both of the bottom of these decks, we have air cards. So working with your mind, hearing out what your mind has to say could be really important right now. But I'm also feeling like giving yourself freedom to express yourself creatively, because again, you have so much creative power and like so much creative gifts. Like you're truly like talented, and tapping into that is going to help you gain clarity in your mind as well. I also feel like it might help you to process through any wounds that you may have. Like processing through it by creating could be incredibly helpful. I'm thinking of like people who create music or art or whatever, you know. I mean, music is technically art, but like paintings and things like that. Like they use their creativity as an outlet to help them process through their emotions and their thoughts. And I feel like that's a message coming through for you. But let's look at the guidebook for these. So we have Fire Ant. Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire Ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned Fire Ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. When in balance, thoughtful, disciplined. When out of balance, argues, excess heat, gossips. To bring into balance, solo time, walks at night. So I feel like this is coming through to remind you that when things get rough or when you start to get overwhelmed, or when there's a situation that's causing a lot of stress in your life, take a walk, take a break, cool down, like take some time to cool down, maybe pour that into something creative, and then with a clear head address the situation. Because if you address it in the moment, you may not get the outcome that you want, or things may not get resolved. I also wanted to look at Dragonfly for you. And again, that message of like, even if things don't go as you had intended, you're still in control of how you show up and how you react. So focusing on that rather than what didn't go right or what didn't go your way might help you as well. Like, how can you bring that energy back onto you? How can you bring your focus back onto you and the choice, or making a decision that's going to nurture you in that moment, so you don't get caught up in anything? Because I'm also feeling like, because you have these incredibly gifted, like you are incredibly gifted, especially in terms of your psychic and intuitive abilities, you may pick up on other people's energies. And in order to create a healthier boundary there, where you're not being swept up in your emotions or in other people's emotions, taking some time to nurture yourself and give yourself breaks and times and periods of aloneness will help you tremendously, like to process through that and to understand what is your energy and what isn't, like to create that distinction. Because sometimes it might be hard to figure out, am I feeling this because it's actually impacting me, or is it like coming from me, or is this me just picking up on somebody else's feelings? So we have Dragonfly here, master of light, illusion, and the mind. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it is always moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the Dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be different than it appears at first glance. The Dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, sees clearly, joyful, magical. When out of balance, can't concentrate, busy mind. To bring into balance, focus on the breath. So breath work could be really helpful as well for you. And again, like, it goes back to that original thing of taking some time to just like meditate or to nurture yourself in the morning or in the evening, and have some time alone so you can really process through it. And this is wild. So I decided to put rose quartz on your group, and at the bottom of this deck we have rose quartz. So I'm going to read from the guidebook, but let's get one message for you for this reading. one message, Spirit, to help them in their day. 2. We're just going to go with it. Big Spite and Dalmatian Stone. So, what's at the bottom? Dumerturite. Alright, so we have Big Spite, drive, courage, full speed ahead, spirited action. There's a time to hesitate and a time to move forward with conviction, courage, and total determination. And that time is now. Take a deep breath and move full speed ahead with forceful action on behalf of your own healing. Be fierce as you push through obstacles with laser focus, for nothing will stand in your way. You are meant to feel driven at this moment to break free of the chains binding you to unhealthy patterns. Advocate for yourself unapologetically and be unshakable in your belief that you are worthy of achieving your goal. The conscious universe, the force that propels you, is always there for you as your ally. Now is the time for fearless action. Sail on. That's kind of interesting because the Empress is similar to that type of energy where it's like she moves with conviction and belief in what she's creating. Like she creates and plants seeds with conviction in those seeds, in herself, to nurture those seeds to grow, if that makes sense. Then we have Dalmatian stone, playfulness, childlike joy, and enthusiasm for life, absurdity, humor, and laughter. Watch children playing and you are watching them learn. Serious though life may seem at times, this stone is calling you to embrace the absurdity of this world, to laugh and find humor in the everyday experiences that might otherwise frustrate you. All of us are here to learn, and laughter makes the lesson easier, and sometimes it even makes it stick a little better, for it can help you write a funny story to tell again and again. Remember that time? Boy, did I learn my lesson. Now is a good moment to crack a joke, to break the tension, and remind yourself that alongside trouble and hardship dances a spirit of playfulness. This is not the time for trudging or marching, but for skipping. Sing a song, make a goofy face, and recognize that the conscious universe throws you off course at times to remind you that surprises can be gifts from the invisible realms. It's calling you to lighten up and open yourself to playing with the possibilities. Who knows what you will discover as you join in on the fun. The conscious universe is not here to trick you, but to help you, for you are deeply loved. I feel like that's like a great message. Like when things don't go right, maybe try to find the humor in it. Try to lighten the energy a little bit, because in doing so, it'll make it easier for you to like process through it and to shift your energy. Because again, like I got the sense that you naturally have this ability to change your energy, to alchemize your energy, and finding the lightness, finding the joy will help with that. So now we're gonna end this reading off with one card from this deck. Spirit, what would you like to give pile 1 to end this reading off? Ooh. Did any other ones? Optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. So whatever it is that you're going through, pile 1, whether that's like a small thing in your day that's just bothering you, or whether that's like something big and major in your life, trust and know that this is clearing up for you. There is, like I said earlier, you're on a new precipice, a precipice of change, of like shifting energies, and so newness is being birthed. It may take some time, but you're just being called to trust right now. And I know that sometimes that's easier said than done, but that's your message here. In the bottom of the deck we have determination. Don't be afraid of the rising tide, it will soon recede. So yeah, something in your life is definitely moving away. It's interesting that this is talking about rising tides, and usually like during a full moon the tides would be higher. So there's something that you're going through that's like a heightened, or like it's at its final stage and it's about to slow down, or about to like calm down and just weather the storm is what I'm hearing. Thank you, pile 1, for allowing me to do this reading for you. I hope this helped you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. If this reading resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video or reading. Bye. Hello, pile 2. You've chosen the selenite heart. And let's get your affirmation. Interesting, when I was tapping into your energy, I got this feeling that for some of you, you may be afraid of what if things go wrong. And the question that Spirit wanted to counter that with is like, but what if things go right? So take that as it applies. All right, let's get an affirmation for you on what message you need to have. Thank you. We have masculine. We are taught for so long that the only way to be is to succeed, to achieve, to drive, push, push, pull, pull, do. And there's nothing wrong with this, of course. But what we are not taught is that the masculine drive that is innate within all of us was meant to be balanced by its feminine counterpart, so that in the midst of it all, succeeding, achieving, doing, there's feeling and there's being. Sometimes in this deck, when this card appears, I also like to point out that because in this deck they have a feminine card that talks about the feminine, but there is, like, when in balance, the masculine is incredibly important to providing that structure and that safety for our feminine energy. So when this comes up, I almost get that feeling of like right now you're working on creating that safety and stability, and taking time to go between the two, like taking time to work on your safety and your security, but also spend time in your feminine of nurturing yourself and all of that. Like, both are equally important right now. So neither one or the other is more important. I guess that could always be the case, but I feel like for you specifically, this is coming through that like both are incredibly important. So taking time to create your stability, your foundation, and your structure so you feel safe and secure, and also nurturing yourself and pouring into yourself the way you need. I'm feeling like the Chariot card, the image of the Chariot card is coming through. So some of you might be a Cancer, like may have Cancer in your chart as a significant thing, but if not, I'm seeing the Chariot card where it's like both aspects of you working together to help move you forward. But your masculine energy wanted to come through here, so maybe your day might feel very structured, and so you may need play, like whatever you need to balance it out. So if your day feels really free-flowing and you feel like you just don't have any structure, then maybe bringing in more structure. So take what applies. But now let's see what message Spirit wants to give you so that you have a good day. What message does pile 2 need right now? Thank you. We have the 4 of Cups here with the 9 of Swords being reversed at the bottom. This is really making me think of the original message that came through of like worrying that things are going to go wrong. So even if you have a new opportunity coming in, or even in a new day, like each new day, it's like that worry of, oh, things might go wrong, or it's just a new day, or same thing, different day type of feeling is coming through here. And I'm getting the sense that Spirit wants you to start shifting that, to slowly start to ask yourself, but what if something good can happen today? Or what if things go right for me today? Or what if this new opportunity or this new day brings in something that is unexpected in a good way? Like, I'm hearing, start looking for the good things and you'll find them. Even if it's not like I'm getting a few things, and this is kind of confusing, but even if it's not necessarily about faking it, is what I'm hearing, because sometimes when you're like saying positive affirmations and stuff like that, like it can feel very forced or very fake, but rather it's more about like questioning. I'm getting like it's just about questioning your current patterns and your current belief that, oh, it's just another day, like same thing, different day, you know, maybe just questioning that, like, but is it really, you know, like, but what if I start to look for something good? But what if something good can happen? Like, I don't know, maybe I should just be open to it, or maybe I can be open to it, or maybe something completely different will present itself today. Maybe, you know, a new opportunity will present itself today. I feel like that is a message coming through. I'm also seeing the Knight of Cups in my mind for some reason. So maybe for some of you, this could be like exploring this feeling of it's just another day. Like, where is that coming from? And why maybe have you been holding on to that? Like, is that a protection mechanism of not wanting to get your hopes up too high? Because maybe in the past you may have gotten your hopes up and then something happens and like it like breaks your hope or something along those lines. And with the Nine of Swords here, yeah, like maybe for some of you, we have the Seven of Swords underneath this. You may have gotten your hopes up and then only for something to happen and shatter it or to break it. And I feel like Spirit's message here is that, you know, we don't want to take away from the pains that may have caused you, right? Like, of course, those types of experiences cause pain, and we don't want to take away from that pain, but that doesn't have to be your reality every single day. It may have happened once, maybe twice, maybe even 3 times, but that doesn't mean that it's going to happen every single time. So I almost feel like for some of you, there's just been this like need to walk away from thought patterns that keep you apathetic towards life, because it's almost like, and maybe that's why we have this masculine card coming up, because for some of you, maybe it's you've been creating a shell but without anything in it, if that makes sense. Like if you think about our masculine and feminine energies like an egg, and I really like this example, I heard it from another person, but it's like our energies are like an egg where the masculine is the shell and the yolk inside is the feminine, and neither one individually is good, because just a yolk without a shell, it's going to be a blob, like it's going to spread out everywhere and it's not going to have structure. And just a shell without the yolk is just an empty shell. So maybe some of you feel a little bit like an empty shell, and that could possibly be why this masculine card is coming through. It's like it's time to start filling that shell with things. So let's get some cards to add on to this. But this could also be like filling it with small things that make you feel good. So, you know, in your day, it's not like your day just feels tiresome the whole day and every single day feels the same. Like bringing some spontaneity could even be helpful. For some of you, this could look like going out randomly instead of just staying in your home. This could again just be as simple as just questioning that belief of like it's just another day. It could be trying new things, being open to trying new things, being open to going out and meeting new people. I'm also hearing. For some of you, you may have been working really hard too. And while that's a really good thing, like in certain cases, you know, it helps build you up, it needs balance. So there's like a need to balance here. Let's see what other message comes through for you. Because I'm getting the sense that like not every day is going to be the same, and there's like there's days where things are gonna feel a little bit bleh and boring, but then there's days where things are not gonna feel like that. And the other thing is, like, there's also a lot of like wisdom and creativity that can be found in the boring times. So rather than trying to occupy your mind every time it gets bored, let it be bored a little bit, because once you allow it to be bored, and like, this is something that I've been trying to practice too, and is really, really difficult, especially in our current like environment, just with technology and everything. It's so hard to allow for boredom, but in doing so, it really does start to change your perspective, and like, you start to open up to things, and like, you open up to your own psyche. You start to really hear your thoughts, and like, it can in the beginning be a little bit scary and a little bit daunting, and your mind almost wants to run for the distraction. But I'm hearing that sometimes boredom is not a bad thing, and that you might find a lot of creative joy, is what I'm hearing, by sitting through the boredom. Like, you might actually see how you can start to fill your cup, and how you can start to bring more pleasure in your day, and how you can start to create a mindset of expecting good things, or expecting like, or not even expecting, but just like creating a mindset where you're open to seeing the good along with the bad. I really hope this is making sense, because I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what else Spirit wants to add to this. Wow, that what? Like, okay, thank you. We have Camel. Ooh, pretty sure this is fire energy. And we have Scorpion at the bottom, because it's also interesting. I did see Scorpion when I was shuffling. I'm going to keep that here, actually. So, let's see. One thing with the Camel, it's reminding me of like storing things up. So maybe some of you have been working really hard because you're trying to save your finances, or trying to like create storage for yourself, if that makes sense, for a rainy day or something like that. And it may just be weighing heavily on you because you feel like you've been putting in a lot, and it's draining you. Because the other thing with the Camel is, like, they store so that they can walk through the dry desert. You know, they take long trips through the desert, but they do have to take frequent breaks as well when they need it, to resupply and to just kind of rest. So I feel like your message is to get some rest and not push so hard. So like, if you have been pushing really hard, this is your message of getting that rest that you need. And if you have been like resting a lot, or just been in the bored energy, I feel like getting some movement, trying something new, being open to trying something new is your message. But now let's see the guidebook for a Camel. All right, for Camel, we have resourceful, independent, knows one's self. The Camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease, even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger. The Camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The Camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The Camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When in balance, calm, content, sparkle in eye. When out of balance, dehydrated, lacks vitality. To bring into balance, a pilgrimage. So for some of you, you may need to take a trip, whether that's a small trip or a large trip. Like, you know, you just need like something to change the energies up a little bit. So, you know, like I said, going out, trying new things. There's like this need to shake things up a little bit, shake up your routine, because you may have just gotten into a rut with the same routine, and maybe that's why your mind or your thoughts just keep being like, oh, it's just another day, like nothing different, just another day. And that might be because you need to make something different happen. You might need to bring in that sort of energy. But let's see what other message we get for you. Feeling this one, Seraphos green quartz, but I want to take one more. Working with your heart space could also be important right now. Maybe tapping into your heart space, or just for some of you, this could be like working on your finances. Okay, that's a lot. I just want one, but we can see that we have diamond, Mookaite jasper, and lapis lazuli. With the diamond, it's giving me that feeling of like pressure. Some of you may be under like intense pressure, and maybe again finances could be highlighted here. I feel like that is somehow significant. And if finances have been a concern for you, or maybe you're working really hard so you can get your finances straight, but it feels like, you know, it feels like you're just falling into a rut of some sort, or you've just overworked. I guess I'm feeling like your message is to take a break once in a while. Like, it's good to work yourself, it's good to build up your finances, but not at the cost of your health and not at the cost of your well-being, because that money isn't really going to do much for you if you're not healthy to use it, you know? So like taking a break, maybe you need a vacation, maybe you need just like a simple break, you know, however that applies for you. Okay. I also get the sense that by taking a break, you might notice that when you ask for one thing, it'll be like doubled, because you're taking time to explore and hear like new ideas, and you're bringing in fresh new energy. Okay, I don't feel like taking another one, but quartz somehow could be significant because a bunch of quartz cards just came out. So keeping some quartz with you could be helpful in during this time, because quartz also like revitalizes our energies and stuff. So maybe you just need something to bring in newness and freshness in your life, because again, things might just be feeling like way too routine. So let's see with Seraphos green quartz, we have life on life's terms. I'm not even going to try this word. And acceptance of our place in the world, heaven on earth, what is meant to be. As long as we are human, we will face times when the only choice is to accept life on its own terms. But in that acceptance lies a most precious treasure, the gift of now. Surrender to this moment exactly as it is, and your heart will open, releasing what needs to be left behind as you join with the conscious universe on a journey of your own healing. Something wonderful is awaiting you, but first you must be present in what is, so that you can have this experience and receive the gift of recognizing that you are stronger than you know. When the wheel of fortune turns, you may look back on this moment as crucial for your growth. Very often, unanswered prayers and unexpected twists of fate lead to the destiny the heart seeks. Trust now in this process of acceptance. Trust that the conscious universe has your back. Yeah, definitely your heart space. And just like that message said, you're just being called to like surrender to the moment and accept what you can't control. Yeah, I feel like that message was perfect for you. So now we're going to take one last card for you to end your reading off from this deck. see, what last message, Spirit, do you have for pile 2? Thank you. We have Magnolia. You will find what you need in the wisdom of your heritage. For some of you, there's a need to look into your ancestry. Maybe you guys have been doing a lot of ancestral healing for some of you. Whether you know it or not, you may have been working through a lot of like ancestral wounds. And maybe this feeling is also something that has been, or this feeling and these thoughts may have been passed down to you from your family. Like maybe your parents or other people that you grew up around had this type of outlook on life where it's like it's just another day, nothing different. And I feel like exploring that is going to be incredibly beneficial for you. Your reading kind of took a little bit of a different turn, but this is the message that Spirit wanted to give you, because I feel like Spirit wants you to feel that joy and that lust for life, you know, that excitement for life. And right now it feels like that really isn't the case. And so like for some of you, I'm hearing like detoxing could help you, but for others of you, just taking a break, you know, like we said, like everything that came through, I feel like that's just significant because you just may not feel that vitality right now for life, and that's okay. Like we go through our ups and downs, you know, we're only human. And I feel like accepting that and surrendering to that experience rather than fighting it might be a little more beneficial. But at the same time, like there's also this thing of being caught up in it where you now like spiral down. So like, yeah, I think the balance is necessary here. You definitely need some like spontaneity and something new, trip, trying new things in your life so that you can bring some vitality into your life. I'm feeling called to add one more thing to your reading, and that is that like things will change for you. You know, the only thing that is really constant in life is change. Like change is literally the only constant in life. And I feel like things will change for you. It's just going to require some effort on your part of like taking an active role in changing your thoughts around and changing your energy around, and not dwelling too deep in like thoughts of apathy or like that sort of thing. But things will change, like it will. Yeah, I feel like Spirit wanted to give that last message for you. It's like things are going to turn around, pile 2, and it may feel shitty right now, but like it won't be like this forever. So if you can look to like the light at the end of the tunnel, that might help you move through this current period and current phase, because I feel like this is just a phase in your life, and everybody goes through these types of things. Like it's, you know, again, it's normal. It's nothing like, you know, nothing to beat yourself up for having, but it's just like you can be the initiator of change here by starting to question and shift your focus. Thank you, pile 2, for allowing me to do this reading. I hope this helps you, and I hope you have a good day. And I hope you're able to like work through this. If this reading resonated with you, if this reading resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading or video. Wow, I really can't speak. All right, bye. Hello, pile 3. You have chosen the black, tourmaline. We're going to keep your crystal right here. And now let's get into your affirmation card for what you need to hear right now, what message you need right now to have a good day or whatever. I mean, the last 2 piles kind of like took another turn, so Spirit has their own idea of what is going to happen, so we're just going with it. So what does pile 3 need to hear to to help boost their day for them right now. Any message you want to give them, Spirit? Feeling this one. We have practice. Sitting in stillness, letting all thoughts subside, allowing the creativity to flow through your veins. How juicy, how ripe to sit in this place of being, in this place of practice. But tell me, is your practice becoming a chore? Is it starting to feel heavy? Another thing to check off the list? Does it seem impossible to sneak even just 20 minutes of practice into each day? When your practice feels cumbersome, simply remember your practice knows not a container. In fact, the essence of your practice is delicately yet deeply interwoven into the very fabric of your life. We have on the back of the deck. Redirect. It's a funny thing, life. We lay down these plans, we compile the lists, but try as we may, we can never truly map out all the divine has in store for us. But what if we understood that what's divinely in store for us is often far better than anything we could ever concoct on our own? And so it is with much grace and even more humility that we allow ourselves to be redirected, guided to all that is true for us. It's interesting that I felt called to mention how in the last, I didn't actually have much of an intention for this reading, other than I was thinking okay, maybe we'll just get a few motivating messages, or messages for morning messages or something for the collective to help boost them up, or whatever message they need to hear in the morning to help set them up for having a good day. I didn't really have a clear plan. I just kind of knew I wanted to do something along those lines. But the messages that came up in the last two piles, they could technically be going along those lines, but it was still very different. I just kind of had to go with the flow. And it's interesting that I mentioned that for you in the beginning, and then we have this redirect. So I feel like Spirit is calling your attention, or wanting to let you know that sometimes we just have to go with the flow of things, and it may not make sense right now, but maybe that's exactly what needed to happen to shake things up a little bit. That has also come out for the last three piles, this me saying shake things up. So maybe it's just this time period right now. This is a timeless reading though, but it could just be that the collective needs a little bit of a shaking up, or something to break the routine. Because with this practice card here, it's giving me that vibe of I have this routine to do certain things because I want to get better at them, or whatever. I have this set out, and I want to do this, but then things keep happening in my day that's preventing me from actually doing this thing. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the point for now is to break up the routine. Maybe the routine is limiting your creative freedom, or maybe the routine is putting you in a box, and maybe right now Spirit wants you to step out of that box, because there's more to be found outside of the box than in it, if that makes sense. So let's see what message Spirit has for you, pile 3. This should be interesting. So what message, Spirit? Thank you. We have the Child of Spells, which is the Page of Wands, and the 8 of Swords here, which is known as the 8 of Challenges in this deck. I think that's very interesting, because the pages deal with learning, with growing your skills, with advancing, or somehow growing. So some of you, this could be you guys are in school right now, or working through your schooling or something like that, or maybe you're trying to build on a skill, learn something new and grow that. Or this could also just be that you're trying to bring some newness into your life, because maybe you feel like you've just, for some of you, if you were called to pile 2, this could be piggybacking off of that, where you may have felt stuck and stagnant, and you're trying to call in some new energy here and change things, bring some newness and some spontaneity in your life. however this goes for you, I feel like Spirit wants to highlight that you have a very beginner's mindset, or that like you have a very like childlike spirit to you, and leaning into that is actually going to be your greatest gift. Because even though sometimes we do need to be like serious and structured and all of those things, being too far into that when your nature is more childlike and more free can kind of take you away from yourself, is what I'm hearing. So coming back to your essence, your childlike nature, your the essence of who you are at your core, your childlike spirit, whoever that is for you, because it's going to look different for every one of you. Like coming back to that is going to invigorate you again. It's going to bring more life into you, and it's going to help you break your routine and kind of like see things from a different perspective, is also what I'm hearing. Like kind of get out of your own head and learn. Like it'll help you in learning. So like I'm getting this message that for some of you, if you are in school, for example, it will help you gain a better understanding of what you want out of life. And so you can then, direct your schooling in that way. But if that doesn't apply, like it's just going to help you gain a better understanding of what you want in your life right now. Like how do you want to feel? What new things do you want to experience? And it will help you break up that routine and learn new things in the process. Like it's just going to expand you, because there's very much an expansion energy coming through here. And I feel like for many of you, you've been craving that expansion. You've been craving like your soul has been craving this desire, I want to say, to see the world, like to expand out of your current circumstance, your current bubble, wherever you are currently. Like you may have wanted to set things in motion. So yeah, somehow siblings are coming through. Siblings could be important to you or important for you. Maybe spending time with siblings, with loved ones, could be helpful. But I'm really getting that sense of like there's a desire for newness and a desire for expansion. And because you already have such a childlike spirit to you, like such a fresh and young spirit, regardless of how old you are, you have this like freshness within you. Tapping into that, leaning into that is going to be your great, like I already said, it's going to be your greatest gift. Like that is your greatest gift right there. And that is going to help you to move out of this stuckness or this stuck energy. And it's going to help you to expand and broaden your horizons and learn and grow. Because I feel like for many of you, there's this desire to grow out of your current situation. There's a desire to grow out of the box that you're in. Like I use box loosely, but yeah, like that. And tapping into that, like I said already, I keep wanting to repeat myself for some reason during this pile. I mean, I know I have that tendency in general, but like specifically in your reading right now, I'm feeling like this desire to keep repeating myself or running around in circles. And the Eight of Swords here at the bottom of the deck kind of gives me that. Oh, we have the Three of Wands. Yeah, there's this desire to like branch out, to set sail on a new horizon, to start a new venture, to walk towards something new. And that might be what you're learning about right now. Like you're learning what it is that you want. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to move? For some of you could literally be wanting to move locations, move jobs, move whatever. Just create some movement in your life as well. But because I kept feeling like repeating myself, and we have the Eight of Swords here, it may be that you keep running in circles around this. Like you want something new, but you're not sure how to get there. And so you just keep finding yourself in cycles and maybe you've tried multiple things and you just keep ending up in the same, like back to square one. But I'm hearing that might be the point, because maybe you were just meant to try it, see what you liked out of it, gain gain an understanding of what you liked and what you didn't like, so, and then apply that to your next venture. And some, like a car, something just honked outside. It sounded like those horns, a foghorn. It sounded like that. So that could somehow, like, I feel like that's confirmation for this, that it was just meant, like, those trials and all those cycles that you may have been going through, even if it's just in your mind, like, it's just to kind of show you what you like and what you don't like, so you can start to apply that to your situation. Yeah, let's get some message cards here for you. So Spirit, what message do you want to give to pile 3? What do you want to add to this reading? Ooh, I freaking love this. We have the unicorn, which, by the way, this unicorn card hardly ever comes out for me. So, and that's a spirit card. So yeah, there's something like deeply profound, I want to say, happening here in your life. And with the spirit card, it's like unicorns are extremely, like, you know, mystical, and like nobody really people don't believe in them, but it's like a part of life that is kind of like, where did the concept of a unicorn even come from? And I feel like you might be questioning right now, like, why am I here? What am I doing here? What is my purpose? Where am I meant to be going? Like, you might be trying to dive deeper into those types of things, those types of questions. And that's exactly what you're meant to be doing, is like gaining more clarity and understanding about your unique self, about your unique path here. And accepting that your path is unique, so that it's not going to look like other people's path, and that's okay. Like, it's not going to be a linear thing always, and that's okay too. And sometimes that's frustrating, because you don't want to have to keep going through these loops and cycles. But I hear, like, if you lean into it, it'll break the cycle. So take that message, as it applies. Now I'm going to look at the guidebook for unicorn, and with lamb too coming up, some of you could be like the youngest child, because we do have a page here and then the lamb. Some of you could be the youngest child, and maybe you're trying to figure out how to take more leadership in your life, because I understand, like, in some cases, for youngest children, like, you may not have had all the responsibility placed on your shoulders. So when it comes to, like, taking responsibility for your life, it can sometimes be a little bit difficult. I'm not saying that applies for everybody in this group, but just if you are like a younger sibling, or you are the youngest child, that this might just be your time to grow into your own self. Because sometimes being the youngest, and this may not even just be the youngest child, this could be like a younger sibling or younger in your cousins, like somehow just being young, like you may just be young, you know, that, or you may have, again, that childlike spirit. But either way, like, what's coming through is that sometimes you could take on other people's identities, or you could take on other people's ideas of how you should be, and that takes away from who you actually are. And so I feel like right now you're going through all of these things to figure out who you actually are, not so much who other people think you are. Okay, now let's look at the guidebook. I'm also hearing for some of you, there's this need to hydrate, to drink water, and to express yourself, to speak up, and to be a little bit more expressive. With the Page of Wands here, be a little bit more expressive of your desires, even if that's just to yourself. Like, start to be a little more expressive of your desires, and and explore them, because there may be like this pattern of shutting your desires down, or like overthinking your desires. And rather than overthinking your desires, you're being called to actually explore them without trying to explain them. I really hope this is making sense, and I hope this, like, I assume that if you're here, this has been resonating. Just let me know like what you found or how this resonates with you, because yeah, I'm a little bit, I don't really know what's, your situation, but I hope this is making sense. Okay, we have unicorn. Reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intuition comes from, and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power, and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity. Ooh, I love that message came through, because that's exactly what the Page of Wands is about. It's like curious. Be more curious. Allow yourself to be curious of your thoughts, of your desires, because through that curiosity, you're going to gain more knowledge and understanding of yourself. And there's nothing wrong with curiosity, right? Like, it's not going to lead you. If anything, it's just going to teach you like what works and what doesn't. Sorry, that came out really loud. To curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. The unicorn in the 6th chakra. It's no surprise the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the third eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. This center is called the Agnya chakra, or command center. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and present, while this third eye peers into the future. So some of you could also be wanting to dive deeper into your spiritual gifts and your spiritual practices, maybe diving deeper into your intuition, into like honing your intuition, or hearing it, even like just for your own purposes, like being able to hear your inner your intuition and hear what direction it's calling you towards, and help yourself gain some clarity through that. I'm hearing music, so music could be significant. Pay attention to the music that you hear, not so much like outwardly, but the messages you get in the music that comes in your head, if that makes sense. Like if lyrics come up, or if a song comes up in your head, pay attention to that. We then have Lamb, peaceful, prophetic, patient. The Lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance you hear from an old friend, a young child, wow, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Though the Lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach this gentle creature with the utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, receive. I love that it said right here, it will repeat and reverberate until you listen, because I really felt like I needed to keep repeating myself in your pile. So, when in balance, knowingness, inner peace. When out of balance, quiet, timid, concerned. To bring into balance, meditation and listening. I feel like that the repeating messages, you might be getting repeating signs, symbols, or messages in general, and it's calling you to start paying attention to that, because there's like something really important coming through about your career, your path. I don't know why I wanted to say career, but I meant to say your purpose and your path. But maybe for some of you, career is somehow important. Now let's get one more message. What other message do you want to give, pile 3 spirit? We have sodalite. There's a lot of blue in your reading. We have lapis lazuli at the bottom. So the blue crystals typically deal with our throat chakra, our third eye. And so with this coming up, I'm getting this feeling that like working with your throat chakra and your third eye, remember expressing yourself like we said with the Page of Wands here, tapping into your intuition, those are all things that right now could be incredibly beneficial for you. Again, this reading kind of just took like a completely different turn than what I expected, and I feel like that's most significant for your pile in specific. I feel like your life may have taken an unexpected turn. But, and as hard as it is sometimes to hear this, I feel like that unexpected turn was exactly what you needed, because it somehow needed to break you out of your routine and get you to start to be honest with yourself and get you to start believing in yourself through a process, you know, like it's like you're relearning something, or somehow like you've gone back to square one on something, and that was exactly what you needed somehow. But let's look at the guidebook for sodalite. Yeah, definitely expressing yourself, because my throat chakra I feel like is like acting up, so I feel that's a message for you guys. So now we have intentionality, conscious awareness, an awakened state, inner knowing, and self-confidence, clear expression of intentions. A state of conscious awareness is the key to clearly communicating your intentions to the conscious universe. So maybe for some of you, this could be clearly communicating to God, to universe, to spirit, to source, whatever you believe in, what you want. Because maybe in the past you weren't clear on that, and so you kept going through these cycles because you weren't 100% clear on what you wanted. And I feel like now, like, apply this to whatever this applies to for you. This could be relationships, this could be career, this could be, so many things, your personal life, whatever it is for you. It's going to be different, but like having clarity by actually exploring what you truly desire, what truly lights you up, is going to be helpful in bringing you towards that path, because you may have had some pieces of it, and so then the universe brought you on a path, and then you were like, oh, but this isn't really what I wanted. And so I feel like you're just being called to explore that and really gain that clarity. The message of this crystal is to be fully awake as you make choices large and small that will influence your well-being. It's when we fall asleep to our spiritual nature and connection with the universal consciousness that old habits return and we forget our commitment to personal transformation. Sodalite spirit has appeared to help you wake up and notice whether you are becoming complacent and not following through as you promised yourself you would. Now is the time to reconnect with the conscious universe so that sodalite spirit can magnify your awareness, helping you recognize whether your consciousness helping you recognize whether your conscious and subconscious intentions are in sync so that you do not get in your own way as you co-create what you desire. I also kind of want to look up lapis lazuli for you guys. We have spiritual truth, enlightenment, meditation, unity, consciousness, inner vision. When what you seek is here, if you push aside the distractions and fears created by your ego and become silent, tune in, and phone home to the conscious universe, the source of all love, strength, and wisdom, the law of non-locality ensures that you can gain whatever you need that is hidden from you when your mind is in a non-ordinary state of thinking. This right here feels very confusing. I don't know why, but like just reading it felt like a whole lot of confusion. So maybe that's how some of you have been feeling about your life. Like I just feel very confused. when your mind is in a non-ordinary state of thinking and perceiving. You can achieve this through the practice of meditation and prayer. Reconnect with the conscious universe now. That's the message of this crystal. You are overdue for a renewal of your spiritual alignment. You always have access to the conscious universe through the channel of your authentic self. Enlightenment comes when you go within and open to the light that is all around you and within you. Epiphanies abound once you quiet your chattering mind and tune into the higher mind, where ideas beyond your current grasp flow easily, ready for you to access them. Yeah, I feel like that's just about you tapping into your intuition, into yourself. This is like really a time of self-exploration I'm getting. And I also feel like for some of you, it's going to be important to ground your energies during this time. So spending time grounding, doing activities that help you to ground and feel more sure of yourself, or even just spending time in nature to help like ground any anxieties that you might have could be very beneficial. But now let's take your last card to end your reading off. What last message do you want to give pile 3, Spirit? Feeling one more for you guys. I feel like there's a message here of going with your feelings. Even if they don't make a lot of sense, like just trying things out, whatever you're feeling called to, because well, there's really not a because, but just because. This has been such a weird reading. I hope it resonates with you. We have the night. Find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. And then we have reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. Yeah, I feel like grounding yourself to help reconnect with your energies, grounding any anxieties, spending time in nature to help reconnect with yourself. And then at the bottom of the deck we have strength. When your roots are deep, you need not fear the storm. So it's all like been similar messages coming through. It's like it's just time for you to reconnect with yourself, to ground your energies, and spend some time in your own desires, enjoying your desires, exploring your desires, and without trying to make sense of it all, because your mind might be trying to explain a lot of this stuff, but I just get the sense that there's really not much explaining that you can do. It's kind of just something you have to experience. So I hope that helps you, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. If this resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another video or reading. And I really hope this helps you. I know it's kind of like a little bit all over the place, but I had to just go with what Spirit was giving me. Yeah, I'll catch you in another video or reading. Bye.